Hello everybody and welcome to Newsline TV. My name is Grace and this is Wezesha Biashara Show. In our previous episode, we started a series on etiquette and we said etiquette is the umbrella of manners and that really determines how people perceive you. So today we want to go deep into that and look at professional etiquette from the aspect of emails. What is email etiquette and how do you achieve it so that you can be perceived positively? In studio today, again, we're privileged to be joined by our image consultant, Nicole.
Thank you, Grace, for having me.
Once again, we want to deep into this topic that we started, delve deep into it and talk about email etiquette.
Yes.
What is email etiquette? Let's start from that point.
All right. Email etiquette is just how you communicate online. We'll take this context in the office setting where correspondence is going around the office and you're involved. So ideally, that's just how we're going to look at it today, whereby it's just what are you saying, what are you being told, how are you responding, what feedback are you looking for from the content that you're putting in that email, how are you addressing them in the subject line, how are you signing off, you know, things like that. That's what we're going to talk about today.
All right. So this email etiquette starts from the basic thing, your email address.
Yes, it does.
Speak to us about that.
Wow, this day and age, millennials. So basically, the good thing about the context we're discussing today is that it's already been set up for you, or rather it should be, because if it's a company, then they have already a covering for the company, maybe a name, a business name like Newsline Media, where I would be Nicole at Newsline Media. But in case, for example, let's just take it a bit out of context where you got a job and they call you and ask you for your email address to send you something to look at. And it says, Shik Msupawa, somebody. It doesn't sound a bit formal, or it doesn't sound, it might be private and personal, but it doesn't sound so. Ideally, it's good to have an email that's kept aside even for official matters and correspondence. Like on your KRA certificate, you don't want Shik Msupawa to appear. So it's very good to always bear in mind that even as an individual, you're growing and you want to be taken seriously at some point. So back to the office context, whereby your email has been set up for you and ideally it should be unique. So there should be no flaw with the email name or just getting it right. Mostly where I would say the email things come up, where now maybe we'd go into a bit deeper into it, is when and how to type your email and who to address it to. Do you simply hit the reply all? Because that is a common error in group emails. You want to say you'll not be available and you hit reply all. No, because everyone, 37 of us will get that email and will be thinking, okay, I think this communication was channeled to this person or should have been channeled to this person. So things like that.
All right.
Things like that.
Just still on that point.
Yes.
You've received an email and you want to forward to somebody. What's the etiquette around that? Do I just go to forward and then I type there, Dear Nicole, FYI, or what's the right way to go about it, depending on the different contexts?
Okay. This would take us back to the person that you're addressing. Are they senior to you? Are they same level? Are they junior? And what do you want? Are you simply letting them know the status? Or are you asking them to follow up? Or are you indicating that this might need more attention? Because if it's for information only, first of all, it would not be appropriate to say FYI. As most people do, after a series of emails, eventually people just say FYI and send, because everyone is busy, But ideally, if it's to senior management or someone senior than you, it is very good to just not give them the whole story. Just say, Dear so-and-so, below is the email received regarding this matter. Kindly look into it or kindly do the needful, like if you need their feedback or something, or kindly advise, something like that. Then that's for senior management. For a colleague, maybe a departmental basic information is to say Dear all, instead of Dear so and so and so, or Dear sales department. You sound like you really boxed these guys into a title. It's just kind enough and more cordial to say, Dear all, please see the email received from Newsline Media, and this and this and this is the current status. please be informed accordingly.
Yes.
That's it. Now, for juniors, where you might need them to do something about that email is to say, if it's for a specific person, dear so-and-so, the email attached is from the client or from the boss. And this is, as you can see, this is required. Kindly let me know how soon we can do this. That person feels like you're actually talking to them. It's just that you're not there. And ideally, etiquette says that regardless of your position, this person can feel, yeah, we have this thing right.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, let's go now to the salutations. You know, when we were learning how to write letters in primary school, we learned that you should always say, dear Mr. So-and-so. So do we go for, in a formal setting, and then I don't know what etiquette dictates here, do we say, dear Nicole, or do we say, hi Nicole? At what point do we say, hello Nicole, or hi Miss Nicole? You know, the salutation, which one do we go for?
All right, so here we are, and I'm sending you an email. I want to say, Grace, you know, we're invited for our Christmas party, or we're having an Easter lunch for our clients. So if I've never talked to you before and I'm sending you a formal invitation, I will say, dear madam, you know, and the subject line will be very, very clear. Easter lunch invitation. So I'm not leaving you to guess it's a lunch for what. It's an Easter lunch invitation. If there's a tag to it, I'll say corporate Easter lunch invitation. Then you'll know this is business. I need to carry some business cards. I might be meeting some potential clients there and things like that. So if it's now internal, where it's just in the office among us as colleagues, there's a way that we've interacted before, unless I'm new. But if there's a way that we've interacted before, I'll just say your name, you know, like dear Stacy, dear John, James, Paul, and just break down the information to you in a way that I feel I leave no gaps for thought. I leave no chance to any misunderstanding. Yes, now which brings in the other content for exclamation marks, capital letters, the do's and don'ts.
Let's go there. The do's and don'ts of the content, really. Yes.
All right. Capitals always sound shouty. It's a no-brainer, because I mean, ideally it's the first letter is a caps and then you continue typing, but most people might just continue on caps, and generally the feedback you'll get is, are you upset? You know, did this anger you, or do you need help with this? Because caps always sound shouty. Now the font should always be basic Arial, you know, friendly official format, and then even the paragraph should contain the different messages, as you don't want to carry all this into the third, you know, just before you type that email, know what you want to say. I want to greet this person, and I want to let them know this is it, and I want to let them know that there's room for this feedback based on this content. So ideally it's just like a composition, you know, like you said, salutations and writing a letter, intro, body, and finishing. Then, you know, you just don't send off there like handle it or get back to me urgently, you know. Really, you know, there's a formal way of saying, please treat this as urgent. There is an immediate response waited on by so and so on this. I will appreciate your urgent attention to this matter. That person feels, okay, it's serious, it's urgent, and I can handle it. So the content really has a lot to do. You don't go, when you put exclamations, people find it a bit immature, you know, more than one. And then people feel like you're emotional on the matter. That's why you're now exclamating, like, please see, this is very, very important. But the language there should be very professional, simple and direct, and
and the English should be proper.
It should, Grace.
So no girl spelled as G-A-R.
Oh, yes.
And other things, other related things.
No.
Finally, now you're finishing your email. Do you say yours lovingly, or you say yours sincerely, or best regards or kind regards? Which one works?
All right.
In a formal setting.
In a formal setting, kind regards is always sweet, because, you know, despite the content, whether it was good, bad, nasty, you know, angry, or just cheering you on, kind regards always says, you know, I'm doing this kindly, you know, I appreciate our relationship, and so kind regards. And it should always even be in the signature, so that you never have to put it, because you can forget and you might be caught off guard, and this is not an email that is A1, or it should always be in your signature. So all you need to do is type it out and then just send, because it's already in your signature. Now I'd like to also mention about the email that you're responding to the person. It's always good to put it after you've typed your content, especially if it's a matter that's been on and off or dragging. It's very good to just put that after, because you don't want to send half emails or send and then rethink, no, I should have added this, then you send another one, and eventually the person is like, is this the last email? Should I expect another email? Are you done? Things like that.
Yes.
So those are just some of the small tips that we help you know about how your staff and how they communicate in your organization.
Interesting, very interesting conversations. We send emails nowadays for our own lives. Yes, and right before we meet you, or before somebody meets you, they've already made their judgment in terms of your manners just by looking at your email address.
Very true.
By reading your email.
Yes.
They can already see what kind of a person you most likely are by how you actually finished writing your email. In order to be on top of your game, you've got to keep your etiquette on top, at the A game. Your etiquette has got to be, at the top of it. It has to be excellent. In our next episode, we're going to be looking at mobile phone etiquette. Until then, keep in touch with us. Reach us on our Facebook page on Newsline TV. Reach us on our SMS, WhatsApp, or even give us a call on the number scrolling at your screen. Also, you can reach Nicole through the email address and the number provided on your screen, just so that you can be on your A game as far as etiquette is concerned. See you next time, and until then, God bless you and asante.